Hey guys, this is Arsenal Giants PS3, and welcome to a almost squad builder, almost squad show off, and I'm going to be showcasing my 185 rated La Liga squad, which cost me around 800-700k. I can't quite remember exactly. It cost me a lot. I've played with it for quite a few games now, about 120 or something, and yeah, it's a relatively awesome squad, I'm not gonna lie. Also guys, if my voice goes really funny in this video, it's because my mic is fucking up. But we're gonna start off with the goalkeeper now, Diego Lopez, 6'5", and he has good stats in all the right places. 80s in diving, handling, reflexes and positioning all bode well for a good goalkeeper. Not quite as good as last year, but still a very solid goalkeeper. Does the job perfectly, and is overall just a very good player for the price you're paying for him. We're just going to filter out Serie A here, Liga BBVA, sorry, and yeah. Next centre back is Sergio Ramos. Now Sergio Ramos is obviously mainly bought for his pace. He has very good pace, 79. Not quite as good as Thiago Silva, or a bit faster than David Luiz. He is a very fast centre back as centre backs go, but he's also quite small. 6 foot is relatively small now for a old-fashioned centre back. He does have good stats though. 84 defending, 88 heading. He is a pretty solid player in terms of defence, but he's just not quite as good as those who were almost designed for centre back, like Thiago Silva. He does a good job, but he's just not quite as good as this man, Pepe. Now Pepe is relatively cheap, 30k compared to 130k for Sergio Ramos. And Pepe is a little bit slower, only 5 pace though, there's not a massive difference. He has the same defending and 2 less heading, but he's taller, 6'2", he looks much taller in game, despite only being 2 inches in it, and he is just a very solid centre-back. He has everything you need, 8 goals in 100 games, he's also quite a danger from a corner. He's just much better in terms of value really, and the 2 overall difference really doesn't kind of come up for me. Pepe is probably the best defender I've used and has one of the best tackles. Now there's not too many good right backs in this league, so João Pereira is a very good choice. He costs almost 100% less, sorry, 150% less than Dani Alves, and I don't think there would be that much difference. He is actually a very good player defensively. His heading stats don't, they leave a little bit to be desired, but in game you really don't feel that. He is just a very solid right back, does everything right, a little bit small, but I mean he's just overall very good right back, stays where you want him, and does get forward occasionally. On the left back though, we have a slightly less interesting left back, Fabio Contral. Cost 13k or whatever the hell I paid for him. He's not exactly fast, he's not exactly good defensively, he's just not that good. He does stay, to be fair to him, at left back a lot. He does go forward every now and again, depending on who I'm playing at left mid, but he's just a little bit too kind of weak and not quite good enough, and nowhere near as good as Monreal in my opinion in terms of defending, but a little bit better in terms of where he stays. Monreal drifts a bit. He is good, but if there was a cheaper, pacier left back, I'm sure he'd do a much better job. Contral is overrated in terms of price, but don't rule him out if you're going to look into a builder squad. He does do an okay job, just not amazing. Now next up is Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso is one of the most complete players on this game, I'd say. A very good player to have in the middle of the park. Good passing, 88 passing. He can play some of the better passes, like long balls over the top. He is a probably 3rd best passer in this team, which is saying something. Decent defending as well, 81 defending. He just does a very good job in being at the right place at the right time and making some vital tackles and passes. On the right mid we have Angel Di Maria. Di Maria is a little bit of a waste of coins really. He's fast, yes, but you don't feel it too much because he never goes on crazy runs, and he's good at shooting, yes, and he does score goals every now and again, but nothing amazing. And he's an alright passer, but he's just not really that good. He doesn't really stand out. When you're losing, you can't look to him and expect a goal because he just won't deliver. He's very much just a bit of a passenger sometimes. At left mid we have Iniesta. Now Iniesta's a little bit wasted, I'd say, on the left. He hasn't really got winger's stats. He's got good dribbling and good passing, but he just feels a little bit isolated sometimes, and he costs about 93k because he's the 90 rated player, so he'll have a lower card weight, but he's just a little bit too he's just not built for a winger. I don't know how to if he was in the middle I'm sure it'd be amazing, but his passing is just a bit wasted, his dribbling is wasted, and his shooting and pace, you know, really don't help out for a winger. In the centre attacking midfielder, though, we have Cesc Fabregas, who is amazing. Cesc Fabregas has everything you need. He's got okay pace, amazing shooting, and probably the best passing in terms of this squad, which is saying something with Iniesta in it and Xabi Alonso. His passes are out of this world. Playing him just behind the two strikers as well, he just delivers everything perfectly. And he also chips in with goals. 34 and 70 is quite an achievement for a centre attacking midfielder. He is just an all-round perfect player, and for only 35k as well, he is ridiculously cheap. An absolute steal, and I can't recommend him enough. And at striker, now this is relatively controversial. This man isn't Benzema. Benzema is the perfect striker, really. He's just got amazing stats all round. Very good pace, feels very, very fast, and probably the best shot I've used so far in this game. Decent passing as well for a striker, and obviously the 4-star skills and the decent dribbling, and also, quite notably, decent heading. He's just the all-round striker. 136 goals in 103 games, you know, really does tell the story there. And up front with him, some people would say Falcao. I went with, well, I'm going to wait for the suspense when I finally decide to search, and we go with Higuain there. Higuain is probably the best finisher in this squad, besides having not the best shooting. He is just in the right place at the right time. His shots almost always find the goal, and he's just a very, very, very good finisher. He's in the right place at the right time. He must have very good positioning stats or something. He's actually a very good header of the ball. 85 goals in 78 games as a backup striker to Benzema is very, very impressive. And he's just an all-round beast, and I can't recommend him enough for 8k now, whatever the hell he goes for. In terms of the bench here, we've got Falcao. Falcao, he's just not quite as good, really. I imagine he'd be much better in a one-striker formation, like the 4-3-2-1 or the 4-3-3 or the 4-4-1-1. But he's just a little bit wasted, I find, with another striker. You can't really put the balls into him, and he doesn't really get in the best position. Sergio Busquets has very good defending, does a very good job, one of the best tackles in the game, and is very tall as well. And Kaká he's kind of average this year in terms of how good he is. Last year was a bit of a beast, this year not so much. Pedro is a very good winger, but can be let down sometimes by his pace, which he should be much faster than that in my opinion. Mascherano is one of the best tacklers on the game as well. 87 defending is crazy, but he's a little bit too small. Ozil was very, very good. Soldado is a decent finisher. Piqué is tall but a little bit too slow for me. Juanfran is a decent right back to kind of just come in when João Pereira is low on fitness. And Sanchez is good, but they got rid of his 5-star skills. David Villa, he's like Iniesta. He'd be amazing if you could use his best stat properly, that he's just never in the right position. And Monreal is very good for a cheap left back. Sorry. So again, guys, thanks for watching. If I at this point in the video sound like I'm a 80-year-old man or something with a very deep voice, then I apologise. That's my mic. I have tried to record this video several times, but it just keeps screwing me around. And thanks guys for watching. Sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. I just haven't been feeling perfect, and I'll see you guys in the next video.